Well, speaking of the insanity of global warming and environmentalists, I saw this and I wanted to bring this to you guys and show this to you. This was a CBS News report by Dan Rather. I don't know if you know who Dan Rather is, but he was a pretty prominent, quote unquote, journalist back in the 70s and 80s here, where Dan Rather warns that if we don't stop digging up ancient carbon and burning it, 25% of Florida will be underwater. Says this was 43 years ago. Here, let's take a look and see how bad we are fucked.
Rising temperatures on planet Earth heated up a hearing here in Washington today. For years, scientists have theorized about the dangers of the so-called greenhouse effect, the warming of the Earth's atmosphere due to the burning of coal and oil. And in recent months, as David Culhane reports, research has uncovered facts to support that theory.
Many scientists claim that the temperature of the Earth's atmosphere has been rising over the past 100 years, that the great sheets of pack ice in Antarctica are melting at a much more rapid rate than previously. And finally, that the sea level has been rising with increasing swiftness over the past 40 years.
This is my favorite
If these scientists are correct, about 25% of Florida would be flooded, along with low-lying areas all over the world.
Hey, Blabs.
We're in deep shit, aren't we? We're all being flooded right now.
We're about to be fucked.
This is the thing. Every map that I've ever seen of like what rising tides would do to the nation is it floods London and wipes California off the map. And I'm like, that doesn't sound like a bad deal. Like, I'll leave my lights on if it'll help.
This was doing that deal meme.
Yeah, they're like, no. Well, what'll happen if we have global warming is your temperature will increase and the weather will change. It'll get more sunny. I'm like, I live in England. Is that supposed to scare me that I'm going to have 5 degrees rather than 2? It's like, congratulations.
Right. Let's see what else horror things are going to happen here. And Blabs, I think you're going to notice a really familiar face as we get a little bit further on in this.
Climate changes could produce widespread disruption of agriculture. The American farm belt might be too dry and the wheat and corn crops would have to move to Canada. Scientists blame the odorless, colorless carbon dioxide gas for these potentially dangerous changes around the planet.
Think about that. The odorless, colorless thing that you don't see is going to cause the world to end.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing as well, we know from history there have been times where it was hotter.
Yes.
And crops didn't die out, they increased. Because warmer temperatures allowed you to grow more food, and so the populations went further north. Like, it's not something like all the further south went down.
I like how it's like, we're going to have to move all of our fields to Canada. Canada's going to have to grow our food for us. Thank you very much. It's like, oh, okay.
That's right.
Look, at this point, if America had to invade Canada for food, a lot of Canadians would probably be pretty happy with that.
They would be like, please, let us in. Thank you.
Let's continue.
It is the greenhouse effect. The gas allows sunlight to filter down and warm the Earth. But like the glass of a greenhouse, the carbon dioxide tends to trap heat so that it cannot rise into space. The scientists maintain that the coal, oil, and gas we've been burning for 100 years have produced more and more carbon dioxide and helped overheat the Earth. Now, some political leaders endorse the demands for more CO2 monitoring stations. Like
they need more control, guys. In 1982, we need more. Spend more money.
One of the interesting things is if you increase the amount of CO2, you also increase the amount of plants, because they breathe it, so you're increasing their food, and they convert that into oxygen.
Yes.
Even their own lot, they just stop halfway through the science.
Let's see if there's any more science here. Maybe a scientist will show up, Blabs.
This one in Hawaii. And they share the anger of the scientists at Reagan administration.
No, not Greta Thunberg. This is 1982, Blabs.
I know, I was being sarcastic. I said from the beyond.
Here we go.
Budget cuts at a time when they feel closer to getting definitive answers.
We are not doing the kind of research that we should be doing to.
You look familiar to you, Blabs?
Does it just say, what was the name? Go back?
Gore.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, wait a second, this say Al Gore.
It's the former vice president of the United States and inventor of the internet, by the way.
Yeah, I was about to say, didn't he invent the internet?
Yeah. Listen to what he has to say, though.
Kind of research that we should be doing to determine whether or not these scientists who are so alarmed are correct in their assessment.
And what they find out will affect the lives and fortunes of millions of people. The very survival of cities like this one. David Culhane.
What's that, Blabs?
It's a bit awkward to say that, right, with the Twin Towers right behind one.
Yeah.
Well, the backgrounds are actually quite interesting. So when he was doing that, it's like, I need to be in front of some books to make myself seem more intelligent. Like, yeah. I've clearly read all of these, you know.
These are all A for Z's.
But the thing is with science, it's basically just a predictive model of the future. So if you come up with gravity and say, if you drop a ball, it'll fly down, and just once in your entire lifetime, it flies upwards, your theory of gravity is wrong. It's all got to be thrown out. You've got to work out why it did that. Climate science has been wrong every single time it's ever made a projection since it was created. It has never been correct about a single thing. So as a science, it doesn't even fulfill the definition of science, and it cannot create predictive models.
Here you go. 1960s, oil gone in 10 years. In the 70s, another ice age in 10 years. In the 80s, acid rain will destroy all the crops. In 90s,
I remember acid rain as a kid. Yes. We were getting told about that all the time.
Oh, yeah. It's like it just all of a sudden stopped. In the 90s, the ozone layer will be gone. I remember hearing that.
Apparently that's healed now. In fact, I had heard a few months ago, they thought that because the ozone layer healed, it was letting heat out of the atmosphere, and so now it's healed, it's keeping heat in the atmosphere, which is bad. So we might need to recreate the hole in the ozone layer.
It's so broken, unbelievably broken, and this is all just fear right here. You see the 60s. This goes back even further, though. Right here. Check this out. Check out the first date of this literal propaganda here.
Man may be
1958.
Right
here. Let's see what they've been saying here since 1958.
Man may be unwittingly changing the world's climate through the waste products of his civilization.
I just really love the music in the background.
Well, it's been calculated a few degrees rise in the Earth's temperature would melt the polar ice caps.
Speaking of the music, listen to that. Dun, dun, dun! It's gonna die. Everyone's dead.
If the ice caps melt, the water level stays the same because ice is thick, like bigger in mass than water. And so you're like, oh, well, some of it's above the surface. Yes, but it's the same amount of water. It's the same molecules. Doesn't make any sense.
Okay. People are going to watch this and they're going to be like, are you a climate change denier?
No, climate changes. I just don't think we're responsible for it.
Okay, look, I think that, let's just say we're responsible for it by like 1%. But I'm with you on that, just bro. I think that climate changes. It will change, right? You have your hot days, you have your cold days.
Even the amount, if you want to take carbon dioxide, which I used to remember as greenhouse gases, so there used to be loads of causes. Now we're narrowing it down to carbon because it's a propaganda kind of thing that people can't. If you say too many things, they get confused. So you have to narrow it down so they have something to nail on all the time. But if you want to just take carbon, most of the carbon in the atmosphere comes from things like volcano eruptions. Massive amounts comes out from under the ocean. Massive amounts of things come out all the time. The amount that we actually contribute to that is minuscule. And also, what am I supposed to do? Is me really leaving on my bathroom light destroying the Earth? Is that what you're selling me?
Right. When I'm shamed into not putting my Coke can into the recycle bin when you go down the street and you see like it's like, fuck off, you twit, you know?
Even the solutions, if the solutions actually made sense, so we can't have plastic straws, so now we have to have paper straws. So then they recycle the paper straws, but recycling paper actually uses more energy and puts more carbon dioxide back into there than creating original plastic. So if your solution is worse than my solution, by your own definitions, then I'm just going to think you're lying. I have a rule with anything. If somebody tells you something and it doesn't make sense, they're just lying to you. Assuming you have the capability to understand, it's not true.
It's like the people who you love the vegan leather and the faux leather and all that shit. That stuff takes more energy, more fuels and everything to make than using the real leather right there from the animal. It's the same shit. It drives me up the wall, dude. I'm like, you're literally killing the environment, but that's fine.
Someone worked out the carbon footprint of a Prius, and it was shipped all over the earth to make all the different parts of this Prius. And they worked out that if you own a Prius, you could drive a fleet of Hummers to your house and do to and fro work every day of your life and not do the same amount of carbon from the energy usage as a Prius does. And what was it? It was, owning a dog. Yeah, owning a dog, the amount of like carbon that owning a dog and the food grit and everything actually puts into the atmosphere is way more damaging than almost anything else you'll do. Like, bringing another life into the earth actually is what destroys it rather than anything that you specifically do. So, let's see them not have so many cats, for instance.
Nah.
That's right.
They love the cat.
I want to just kind of show the rest of this really fast because this is pretty jarring, I would say.
And if this happens, an inland sea would fill a good portion of the Mississippi Valley.
Oh, fuck.
Tourists in glass-bottom boats would be viewing the drowned towers of Miami through 150 feet of tropical water.
What scientists are telling us now is that the threat of an ice age is not as remote as they once thought.
It's Nimoy?
During
Is that Leonard Nimoy? Yeah.
I'm sitting here thinking, that is him, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
He's like, live long and prosper.
Well, if he wants to, Blabs, that's why you got to
Well, too
watch
bad.
out-
Unfortunately, he's no longer here.
watch out for them greenhouse gases. We lasted here.
Time of our grandchildren, Arctic cold and perpetual snow could turn most of the inhabitable portions of our planet into a polar desert.
Hold on.
Okay,
Listen to what he said there. That's insane. Sorry, one more time.
Is that the threat of an ice age is not as remote as they once thought. During the lifetime of our grandchildren, Arctic cold and perpetual snow could turn most of the inhabitable portions of our planet into a polar desert.
What? That is
Did he
like
say
you want
Arctic
to.
I'm sure he said the Arctic snow will turn our planet into a desert.
Yo, no, I'm for this. Bring back
Like-
woolly mammoth. Let's go. I want the mammoths to come back.
But you have to think about, like, because whenever these people do, like I say, a life, you just existing, if you think you're so horrific to the earth, probably think about that. His life, he was on a massive TV show, huge production, hundreds of people, broadcast across the world. The amount of electricity that one guy has used up to watch his shows. He's there in posh clothes. He's not wearing, like, straw that you could have got out in the fields or anything. He's got a camera here, technology. He's got people with him, sound guys. His entire footprint on Earth is massive compared to just sitting in his house that he could have done in the same day. If you don't believe it, because if you believed you were destroying the Earth, you'd stop. Because you'd be responsible for 7 billion people dying. If you don't believe it, why should I?
It was Leonard Nimoy's fault. I think we can all agree on that.
Well,
Right.
yeah,
Gosh darn,
I think he would
Clark.
change his lifestyle. Like, how many rich billionaires own seaside property by the beach?
Oh.
Well,
Yeah.
don't forget all the ones who are screaming about us not, don't fly anymore, save energy, be green. And then they all took like their private jets to meetings and things.
Uh-huh.
And, yeah.
I think, wasn't it...
Leonardo DiCaprio.
No, there's a singer. She's just got married. I can never remember her name. Taylor Swift. I'm pretty sure at one
Yes.
point Taylor Swift was complaining about the environment, and
She
now
has
there's
her
a
own
tracker
jet.
for her private jet that goes all over the world.
Here's Leonardo DiCaprio a decade ago.
None of this is rhetoric, and none of it is hysteria.
A glimpse of
This is real, damn it.
We promise.
Of course, yes.
How
I'm not going
dare
to be lectured
you?
to by a child.
Mm.
It
Anyways.
is like a child with half your IQ you're supposed to take all your lectures from. My
really-
favorite was, have you seen the Golden Globe speech with Ricky
Ricky
Gervais?
Gervais? Yeah.
Where he's went, half of you didn't go to school as much as Greta Thunberg. Like, she's used as an insult for people.
Yeah, classic. Just absolutely classic. Anyways, I saw that and just look, it's something we all know, right? Anybody with half a brain looks at that and been like, well, we're not underwater yet, and the ice age isn't here yet. Oh, and we're not all melting. Which one is it going to be? Because we've been told it's going to be all of those things at separate times and separate decades. And at a certain point, you just be like, this is all just fucking bullshit. It's all bullshit.
Well,
It's crazy.
I can't remember who it was or when. I remember it in sort of the 1900s, there was a guy that predicted how much food the Earth could produce, and then how much the population of the Earth could grow to. And we are well past that, because it turns out that as technology advances, you come up with better farming methods and you can create more food, which has more population. And it's the same with anything else. Why is the oil running out? Well, we learned new drilling methods. And so it is far more likely that even if there are going to be problems in the future, we also come up with the technological solutions for those problems. So I would, instead of being like, no, we need massive energy prices and we need to do this, I would just pump it into technological advancement to come up with solutions for the future, rather than essentially going back to the Stone Age. If you want net zero, you have to go back to the Stone Age, and then you'll give up any ability to solve the problem.
Yeah. In the chat, Commodore Fan says, please look up the trailer for Help Save Planet Earth, the TV special. Let's see. I'm looking through this. Let's see. I do have this really quick as we're going down the Saving the Earth special. I wanted to, I've never seen this before, and I'm actually genuinely excited to see Will Smith, Ice-T, and more rap to Save the Earth in 1990. Are you ready for this? I'm not.
We formed a posse to save the planet so all the people could understand that all of the world should bear witness that toxic waste is serious business. We can make the world much better, but...
You think that he wrote this?
I hope not.
I'm not gonna lie, at first I thought it was Stevie Wonder, but it's not.
Yeah, okay, let's see. Here's Will Smith. Let's see what you get.
I've been recognized by the world for being humorous, but in all my years of rapping, this is the gloomiest rhyme I've ever written, or bore the burden to narrate. The game is destroyed the world. Now let me commentate. Every time you put a paint can in the trash can, you take a piece of the world from the next man. All together, I need your help in the worst way. Let's all take a pulse for the cause here on Earth Day.
Toxic chemicals are so corrosive, very inflammable and even explosive. Things you do to get your apartment clean. Turbidine, furniture, polish, and benzene. Ammonia, paint, disinfectant, and batteries. Colors that kill all ticks and fleas. And even sprays to kill ants and roaches. You got a way to be disposed, got proper doses.
How much do you think they were paid to do this?
I'll do you one better. Think of all the energy and money and resources and electricity that went into putting this set together.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
This is sets, all fake lights. All those people got flown here from across the nation. Will Smith had massive amounts of tours. And with anything like this, my immediate reaction is, compared to what? Oh, well, you can't use chemicals on ants. Okay, so what should we do then? Like, do you want the ants to just run wild? Should animals and insects just be allowed inside your house? Is that what you're suggesting? Like, and he's on about corrosive chemicals? I don't really know that many corrosive chemicals I actually use. That's mainly an industrial thing. Why don't you whine at them about it?
I mean, you see that and you're like, how can people not say that's just blatant propaganda? It's amazing. Here's this is that from Commodore Fan. It's the trailer for this.
Help Save Planet Earth, featuring today's top celebrities, demonstrating easy ways to...
Sorry, I just Help Save Planet Earth, featuring today's top celebrities.
Is this part of that Rumble rant he sent for 2?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
make a big difference.
We'll show you.
How to keep a non-toxic home. How to reduce, reuse,
And recycle. How to conserve water.
how we can protect the ozone,
How to save energy in your home.
and in your car.
How we can protect our endangered
Yo, you got Cheech and Sinbad. Let's take and go. All right.
They got everybody for this.
species.
So join Bo Bridges, Lloyd Bridges, Max Casella, Jamie Lee Curtis, Whoopi Goldberg, Sally Kellerman, Cheech Marin, John Ritter, Sinbad, and Milton Berle as Charlie the Car.
We do have the power to save planet Earth. It all begins with you.
It's all on you guys.
We are
Amazing.
It's like
amazing.
Whoopi,
Thank you for that.
Whoopi has
Commodore
so
fan.
much money that she could easily just give away her fortune to save the world. If she really believed she was about to murder 7 billion people with her actions, then that would be more of a useful use for her money than her buying some more ice cream with it.
What do you think her net worth is? Whoopi
I have
Goldberg's net
no
worth.
idea. In the hundreds of millions. 300 million?
Well, the thing was, I was looking it up at the same time you.
That's a good producer right there. 30 million is what it said.
Oh,
But
okay. I
it's
thought you had way more.
Hey, but 30 mil, you can do it. You
30
can
mil.
do some serious good. Now she's on the View.
You could help turn a town around and not with that money.
Yeah. Hey, you could save the earth with that money, Blabs.
It's like Taylor Swift is a billionaire at this point. And so think of if she actually cared that much about the environment, she could easily invest that in technology. It would take carbon out the atmosphere or something if she actually cared.
There's only one person I've ever heard of who's ever spent enough money and donated to charity that they lost their billionaire status for a bit, but made so much money that they went back into the billionaire status. Do you know who that is?
I have no idea.
It's J.K. Rowling. She said she donates so much to charities and things like that that she lost her billionaire status for a bit and then got it back up because she made so much money.
Good for her. Good for her. It's always that J.K. Rowling, huh?
Well, it's just ironic, right? The ones who preach the loudest about, helping others in need, like Whoopi Goldberg, Black Americans is just as bad as living as a woman in Afghanistan. It's like, huh? And then, she's got all this money to help people out, but she doesn't actually help anybody. That's my point. It's wild.
And it's not even as if I think they should. It's just, if you are going to preach about it, well, now you've taken on the responsibility because you think it's this big of a problem. It's like the same thing that I have no problem with comedians going to a foreign country to do a performance, but if you've also complained about that country or something related to it, then I have an issue with it. It's the hypocrisy that becomes the problem.
Put an asterisk there. I actually probably will lose all your hair.